In today's video, I'm going to address comfortability and the story of Lot when he's called by angels from God to leave the city of Sodom. A lot of times we become so comfortable in the sinful patterns that we engage in. And we can also become comfortable in our work, living situations, toxic relationships, all the different areas and facets of our lives. And specifically in this video, I'm going to be talking about growth through faith, through change, and putting yourself in situations that may make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. If you guys find value in the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend. And so in Genesis 19, it talks about the story of Lot and the city of Sodom, which was known as an extremely sinful city. So Lot was living there with his family, and they grew comfortable with where they were living, right? Even though there was a ton of wickedness and sin that was around them, just like we all face today. You know, there's just a ton of sinful ways of living that we've all become so accustomed to, right? And I'm sure that's probably what happened here with Lot. He moved to this city, his family becomes, just comfortable living with where they are. And now God sends angels because he's going to soon destroy this city, but he wants to warn Lot to move out. And so what it says in Genesis 19, verse 15 through 16, is when morning dawned, the angels urged Lot, saying, "Up, take your wife and your two daughters who are here, lest you be swept away in the punishment of the city." But he lingered. So Lot hesitated, even though he knew that the city was doomed, because he was comfortable there. And if you think about in your life, again, the sinful patterns, maybe it's, certain apps that you go on your phone that lead to, you doing certain things that aren't appropriate, or maybe it's just the people that you're hanging around with, the crowds or areas that you're hanging out with that lead to sinful patterns. You need to break away from that. And how do you do that? By really thinking about and being intentional about the thoughts, the apps that you have on your phone, the people that you talk to, the areas or crowds that you hang out in. You need to be intentional about the things that you're doing to, God calls us to flee from these sinful things, right? Like we read the story of Joseph when he fled when Potiphar's wife was trying to seduce him to sleep with her. We're called to do the same in our lives, and that's what we need to do. And we'll see that throughout our lives, in order to truly grow, we need to put ourselves in these situations that may not make us feel comfortable. And the only way to do it is by actually taking the action to do so. And so the example that I have was when, again, I talk a lot about my high school transition, going from public school with my family, because there was a better opportunity for me at Avon to try and earn a Division I scholarship. But again, it was a tough decision, and that's why I talk about it a lot, because I really did struggle with that transition, going from an area where I was extremely comfortable to something that was more difficult. Again, not to say this to complain, because again, hindsight looking back, it was probably one of the best things that I did, but going through that at that point in time, I didn't know the benefits that it had. And so as a result of that, I complained a ton. I called my parents. I dealt with being homesick, obviously being far away from my family. And, that came with a number of different things. But the point is that when you lean, and again, at this point, I wasn't really leaning on God, but looking back and even kind of going forward, using that as an example in my life to lean on God and to push through and persevere through those tough times, that's really where you grow. And as a result of me going through that, I feel like I became a better man today. And so in this example here with Lot, because he tries to compromise with God, and that his wife is so concerned on the life that they used to live, she looks back. And a lot of times we'll do that. We'll look back on our past because of X, Y, or Z. But we see that it cost his wife her life. In Genesis chapter 19, verse 26, it says that she was turned into a pillar of salt. Again, because she was attached to the life that they were leaving behind. So it's just something to think about, because I'm not sure what compromise looks like in your life. I know what it looks like in my life and the things that I need to change. And so I wanted to share this video because I thought it added some context here for things that you guys may be going through. Hopefully you guys found value in the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, share it with a friend. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate your time.